I have a few ideas for this video, and they mainly consist of me decorating. I wanna put up some kind of fall decorations. So yeah, I have some ideas for this video. We'll see how far along I get this weekend. I wanna do some painting. I have one thing that I wanna upcycle, and I'll show you. Just wait here a second. Ta-da! It's a clock, I guess, but I don't want to use it as a clock, but I do like the box a lot. I found this, we went to like this thing called Panair in Bulgarian. It's basically like a village fair, and usually people sell like a lot of kind of cheap accessories and a lot of plastic toys for kids, and in the sea of all of this kind of like cheap plastic stuff, I saw this man on the ground and he was just selling stuff as if he was at a flea market. It's like just a lot of old stuff. And I saw him and I got so excited, and then I was like walking towards him, but I was trying to not make it seem as if I'm very excited to see him because I didn't want him to know that I am a freak about flea markets and junk. And yeah, I was just like walking there very slowly, looking at other things, trying not to seem as if I was desperate to like get there and see what he's selling. He was selling a lot of cool stuff, but yeah, I just didn't want to buy too many things. But when I saw this, I thought maybe I can, this is a glass or some kind of plastic thing, I'm not sure, maybe it's real glass, and I thought I could remove the watch and then put a painting inside, and then my idea is to every season to replace it with a new painting. So I'm gonna make an autumn themed painting, and then when winter comes I can replace it with a winter themed painting, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's the vision. It's really dirty right now. This is the top of it, super filthy, and I tried yesterday to wipe it just with a wet wipe, but it wouldn't go away. So this is very, very grimy. So yeah, I hope I managed to paint it and then to clean it. And then I'm wondering if I should paint it or leave it white. I really can't decide. I might paint it some kind of like faded green color, because I have to think about what would look good in any season, and I feel like a faded green, probably kind of like a forest green, but like more desaturated. I feel like that would work for it no matter what painting I put inside. Otherwise white works as well, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna have to now unscrew the back of this, clean it up, watch some YouTube videos in the background, and enjoy my Saturday. I look forward to it. Let's get started. The windowsill usually also has decorations on it, so that's what we'll be doing in this video. I will be decorating the windowsill. I will be hopefully doing this project today. I also have this little frog that I made out of air clay a few years ago, and I want to paint it green. Look at that little booty. Hi! So yeah, I think this will be a fun little thing to paint as well this weekend. That's the plan. The metal brush seems to be working pretty well to remove the grime. But it is very gross for sure. Wow, this is actually kind of exhausting. This is really hard work. It's so grimy. It's still a bit dirty, so I'm gonna try to clean off with a little bit left. But I think I will paint this in the end, to be honest. I think like a nice green color would work. This is the water. It's so gross. What's up? What's up? So I've cleaned the window as best as I could, and now I'm going to take a piece of paper and trace this circle so that I know what size to make my painting. And then I'm going to mask the window, and then I think I'm going to paint it a nice green color, and then while that's drying I will be able to work on my painting, which is exciting. Okay, so there's a lot of like brush streaks on it. So I guess I'll have to make 2 layers probably of paint in order to get rid of that. Yeah, this is gonna need 2 layers. It's kind of annoying. I don't know why I thought I could get away with just 1 layer, but... Okay, so the first layer of paint is dry, but it's looking a bit dark for my taste, so I'm going to add maybe just a tiny bit more white to this paint, and then I'll do the second layer. One little mistake I made here was to not unscrew this piece of hardware and just paint the top and then rescrew it, because now I've accidentally added a little bit of paint to it. So I've had a little rest and now I'm excited to paint some little decorations on the side here. It's probably gonna be like a green leaf plant thing. I'm gonna do that, which is really exciting because I got a bit tired just painting 3 layers of this. I always feel like I'm so out of practice with painting. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's what I was going for, really. It's gonna look so nice when it's finished. Yeah, okay, I'm definitely gonna get it onto the glass, so I might as well just let go of that idea. Oh, okay, I've gone a bit off the sketch. That's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna split this into 2 strands. Adapt and improvise. Ugh, I'm really tired and my back hurts. Maybe I'll just take a break, let it dry properly, and then tomorrow morning when I'm more fresh I can do the painting that's gonna go inside of this. Alright, bye, see you later. Okay, so I know I said I'm going away, but I still have so much paint left, and I have this picture frame in my room and I've always wanted to add something to it, so I'm just gonna make some freehand leaves like I did on the other thing. I began decorating my windowsill with all of the decorations that I have that kind of remind me of the autumn season. This squirrel I bought from like a really cheap kind of shop, like this €1 shop, and I have all these owls that I collected as a teenager. I have these really beautiful cowbells. That's my tooth. Yep, that's a wisdom tooth of mine, and for some reason I felt like putting it there because I think it's quite cool. I have this little treasure chest. I have this bird that I bought from a home improvement store. It's actually a garden decoration, but I think it makes for a really good indoor decoration. And yeah, I have all these little knickknacks that I've been collecting for years. Some of them I've had since I was a teenager. And yeah, this windowsill makes me really happy. I feel like it just represents all the things that I'm into. More bells that I have. I guess I'm really into bells. I also have these like rainbow colored stars that I glued on my windowsill, and when the sun shines through it, it gives off this really lovely rainbow effect, which I really like, especially in the morning when the sun is shining through into this room. There's my tooth again. I hope you enjoyed this little segment of the video. I guess it might be a little bit boring to some people, but I just wanted to show you kind of my collection of some whimsical trinkets and knickknacks that I have, because I really enjoy collecting this kind of stuff and I feel like other people do as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this part of the video as well. I really enjoy decorating my windowsill according to the seasons, so probably in the winter I will switch it up a bit again. But now let's move on to painting my frog. Hi. So I still have a lot of green paint left, and I have this frog, this little baby, and I'm going to paint her green. Yay! Oh gosh, she's been in this white state for a long time, and it was really bugging me. Look at that booty! Oh my gosh! Oh my god, I feel a bit delirious because I've been painting with this green paint for like hours now, and now I get to paint this lush little booty with green. Life is lovely. I'm really trying to get into all of her crevices. This paint is definitely starting to dry out now. It looks very textured, but I guess that works for a frog, right? Or a toad? I'm not sure. What are you, my darling? Are you a frog or a toad? I guess I should know that since I made you. Oh my god. I'm literally like trying to get it to her butt crack. I'm like just... I'm just trying to get in there, that's all. I'm just trying to get into the crevices, into the cracks, you know how it is. So I let her dry, and then the next day my mood was quite different, but I basically added these little dots everywhere. By the way, what should I name my little frog? Let me know in the comments. I'm feeling really weird today. I woke up at 6 a.m, which is not my regular waking up time. And I feel kind of sleepy and tired and uninspired, and it's always weird to be doing creative stuff when you're feeling uninspired, but I'm kind of pushing myself to do it anyway, which I think is probably the best way to go about that kind of situation, really. because then at the end of the day you know that you've done something even though you didn't really feel like it. You kind of like showed up anyway, and that for some reason makes me feel a bit better when I have low days. But yeah, I am enjoying just dabbing some little dots on this frog. It's not obviously a realistic frog by any means, so I don't really care about how it's turning out. And yeah, now I want to do some eyes. I didn't really plan for eyes when I made it. You can tell that the head is really flat and there's no space for eyes really. I'm not sure where they should go. I am looking at a picture of a frog and I just wish I had sculpted some kind of like eyes or yeah, something on it, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna paint two big blob of paint and hope that that reads enough like eyeballs. I could also like maybe find some little gemstones or little like I don't know, some little, what are they called, beads or something, and glue them on as eyeballs if I don't like how this looks later on. I'm painting a line that just is meant to look kind of like a mouth. Again, not very realistic, I have to say, this frog, but that's okay. He's got a bit of a crooked smile going on. Then I took her to the hair salon. Okay, let's try to add some little white dots to his eyes, even though they're not fully dried yet, but I'm impatient. Okay. Aw, I think he's looking really cute. I felt like his butt was missing some little dots. This little butt would be a constant state of entertainment for me now, which is nice. It's nice to have things around you that make you laugh and giggle. The world right now is a pretty dark place, and it's nice to have a little bit of whimsy around you because there are many things that are outside of our control. But this is very much under my control, and this is how I choose to spend my free time. Oh, he's so cute! Okay, it's time to join his family, I believe, on my windowsill. Okay, I think he's going to join my little owl family. Place of honor with the owl family. Oh, he fits right in. Hey there, buddy. Welcome to your new home. Hello. It's the next day, it's Sunday, and today it's going to be all about painting stuff, so I'm really excited about that. Last night I made this sketch in Procreate for the round painting that I want to go inside the clock. This is what I came up with. I'll show you a time lapse of how I did the sketch. So for the composition of this painting, I really wanted to lean into the round shape of it, and I also felt like drawing and painting a forest animal, and I often see deer in the village that I live in, the forest around, especially when we're driving with the car. I always see deer passing through, and I thought it would be nice to paint a deer. I ended up really liking the sketch that I made for this painting, and so I've decided to offer it for free to anyone who's watching this video, anyone who's been enjoying my work. My design for this painting can be used as a pattern for different projects. You could do embroidery with it, you could do maybe like a lino cut print with it, you could paint it in, you could color it in. There's many different things you can do with it, I think. So link in my description. It's going to be posted for free on my Patreon. I use my Patreon as a blog. I always write blog posts about whatever it is I'm working on, and all of the blog posts are free. Please subscribe to my Patreon even if you can't support me like with a paid tier. I post a lot of free stuff there, a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of sketches, which I don't really usually post on Instagram anymore. So Patreon has become like my blog. Subscribe, let me know if you used my design for anything. Send me a link if you decide to use it to make some arts and crafts. That would make me really happy. So let's get to painting. So I began by laying down a base color of brown for my deer. I'm using acrylic paints as well as gouache paints for this project. After I was done with laying my base color, I started adding a few highlights to differentiate the shapes and to be able to tell where the front legs are positioned. Then I just started adding a few more highlights to really emphasize those front legs and the side legs. Then I started adding some shading. My process with shading and highlights in this kind of very flat style of illustration, it's just really about where things overlap. It's not so much about trying to figure out a source of light, because there is none. Then I started adding a few beige colored dots on the back of the deer, as well as a few on the neck. I'm not sure that they necessarily have them on the neck, but I just thought the area of the neck needed a bit of detail, so that's why I did that. Then I brightened them up a bit because actually their spots are quite white, so I wanted to reflect that. Then I just played around a little bit with adding more texture, more shading, more highlights until I was satisfied with the general look. And this was a very intuitive process for me. I'm a self-taught artist, so everything that I do is kind of just guesswork, and I just play around with something until it looks good to me. And I don't usually aim for like realism in my illustrations, but more like a stylized and textured look. And this was quite fun for me because I usually work digitally. All my illustrations are digital. So for me, it's nice to just play with paint every now and again. I feel like making these YouTube videos has provided me with that space to kind of pick up painting again, not for work, not for my portfolio, not for, the sake of adding it to my portfolio and getting client work, but just with the idea of relaxing. So the rest of the painting was pretty straightforward. I just filled in the background, make sure to keep my edges as clean as possible. Alright, so it's been maybe 4 or 5 hours of me painting this, and it's more or less finished. I'll see if I want to add any more details later. This is what my desk's looking like right now. I've just been chilling and listening to the Over the Garden Wall soundtrack while working on this. It's looking pretty good. It's very dark in this room right now, so I'm just gonna let it dry and see what it looks like tomorrow. But right now I'm gonna take a break, go for a walk to the forest, and I will update you guys later. Hello. So it's been a couple of days since I was working on this painting, and I thought that I had finished it, but then I kind of at the time didn't really like how the leaves had come out, and then I showed it to my partner, and he said that the leaves kind of look unfinished compared to the painting, as if they hadn't been given the same like attention as the deer in the painting. And that comment haunted me for a couple of days because he wasn't wrong. But it wasn't due to my lack of effort. It's just that the acrylics that I'm working on are quite bad, and I guess the darker ones are better because I was able to paint the deer in a way that I like how it turned out. But then when it came to the leaves, I just couldn't really get it how I wanted to, and then now I've repainted them, as you saw, and they look even worse than they did before. And I'm working with different brands of acrylic. They all seem to be terrible. Some of them, like this Reeves ones, are very thin. They're very bad. Then I have these ones, which are Primo. Then I also have some gouache. So I've tried different things, mixing them up, but they all look terrible. Some of them are too thin and transparent. And other ones just, I guess, are old and they just sort of gunk up. You see how horrible this one in particular looks. Like, there's just so much ugly texture going on there. I guess from afar you can't really tell, but yeah, it just looks bad. And I was not able to mix the colors on the leaves in a nice way. And now I'm kind of frustrated because this was supposed to be a relaxing thing, and instead I got a bit frustrated and stressed. But so anyways, it's fine. I'm just gonna do a little line art on the leaves and do some finishing touches on the acorns, and then I'm gonna call this done. And please let me know if you have your favorite brand of acrylics and gouache. If you have like a suggestion for some really good acrylic paints, please let me know in the comments. And also, I just wanted to say, if you've been following this video along and you made it this far, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and please subscribe and leave a comment with your favorite autumn emoji. And that will really help me a lot because my channel is still growing and it's nice to connect with people on YouTube. I really want to have a community here, and if you like the kind of stuff that I post, if you enjoy the kind of videos that I make, and if you have a similar vibe to me, similar interests or similar YouTube channel, please let me know. And if you are a new creator, please let me know. Leave a comment and I will check out your channel. Thank you so much, and let's continue with this. I added the finishing touches on the painting, and then it was ready for the reveal. So I really hope you enjoyed this project. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I think considering what it was looking like before, it's definitely an improvement. I really love the plants that I painted on the side, the kind of like folk flower plant motifs. I like the green color, and I'm excited to make new paintings to go here as the seasons change. I think that will be like really exciting and like something to look forward to every season. One thing I have to do now is lacquer this with something or put some kind of protective layer on it, but I don't currently have anything like that right now, so I have to go and buy something that would work on acrylic, because this is basically acrylic paint. And yeah, once this is sealed, I can stop worrying about it getting scratched, because I did get the paint a little bit scratched at some point, and then I had to try to mix the same color to patch it up a bit. Again, I don't think you can really notice it, but I'm quite excited. I really like how the deer came out. You already know how I feel about the leaves. That was a bit of a misgiving of mine, but I also do think that this is a little bit darker than I would have liked the painting. I think the background could have been lighter. I think that would have been much better. Funny thing is that I quite want to try and make this a digital illustration as well. So I will be making this into a digital illustration, and we'll see which one turned out better. Probably they will look very different and they will be unique in their own ways. This is the end of the video now. I really hope you liked it. Please leave a comment if you did. Like the video. All of these things help my channel grow, because I've only been doing this for a few months, but I really want to grow a community on YouTube. And like I said before, if you are a new YouTuber like me and you're making videos about nature, living in a rural area like me, maybe you live off-grid, maybe you like to make arts and crafts, or you like to make DIY projects, DIY fashion, upcycling, all this kind of stuff is what I'm interested in. So please leave a comment if that's you, and I will follow you on your journey. And thank you for following me on my journey, and I will see you very soon with another video. I upload twice a month, so see you then. Bye!